was because of Jenny Lee. I had 2 pieces of toast with some butter on there. I went with the cinnamon. When I tell you that this has and packs such an amazing punch of cinnamon flavor in here, I am not kidding. With these Jenny Lee, you're getting your choice of either the chunky cinnamon loaf bread, or you can also bring it home in cinnamon raisin. Plus, we do have a combo that's gonna give you 2 of each, but we are gonna get 4 all together no matter which one you go with. So these are your options right here. Do you want all 4 in what is up top going to be the cinnamon? Or do you want all 4 in the cinnamon raisin? And then of course you could do 2 and 2 and mix it up in that way as well. Auto delivery every 60 days for 1 year is available. This is under $30. It should be $34. It's $29.98 and an easy payment of $9.99. Well, Maria Louise Ludwig, this is not our first time in person, is it?
It's our first time in person.
Oh my gosh, it is.
I'm so excited. So please join me if you will.
Yes.
1875 in wishing Jenny Lee Swirl Breads out of a cute little town out near Pittsburgh, McKees Rocks, a 150-year-old happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday to them, 150 years.
150 years old. So we've got 5 generations of bakers who've been making this delicious cinnamon swirl bread for 150 years. And let's go take a peek if we can. So
let's go to the Berg.
Pittsburgh. Got lost there trying to find it. But what makes us different, makes us really special, this is because we have lots of bakers on hand. Those are the crimped ones that we love, the round loaves that we slice for you. So keep that in mind because we're going to be showing something incredibly different today. We're thinking about that same delicious fermented yeast bread. Bernie, Generation 4 right there, 80 years old, still working in the bakery, all hands on deck with that delicious cinnamon sugar yeast bread, fermented, sheeted out, slow bake, slow rise, but something that they do different here. You're gonna look at this loaf. This loaf is very different. This is not the round loaf. This is a rectangular loaf, and we call this our chunky loaf because the way that we do this, if you think about the process we do, we make our dough, it gets sheeted out, it gets loaded with just gobs of that delicious custom-made cinnamon sugar. It gets rolled up, but instead of being cut and put into those rounded crimp pans, it gets cut into pieces.
Oh.
So imagine that the dough gets sliced all the way down and then those pieces get plopped into that rectangular pan. They get finished off with a big gob of delicious buttery cinnamon sugar, and when they bake, it becomes out like a pull-apart bread, but we slice it because we know that our QVC family loves it sliced. It's a work of art because let me tell you, each piece looks different depending on the way that it bakes, but in the middle, you're going to find that signature Jenny Lee swirl. And let me tell you something about the cinnamon in here. The experience begins when you get this home because you can smell the cinnamon through the box.
Immediately.
The cinnamon is from Indonesia and Vietnam. Why is that important? Because they bring the bark into the U.S. and they custom grind it. So when that cinnamon, it's got a little bit of sass to it.
So
it gives it that signature flavor.
I am so glad that you said that because one of my questions that I had for you, last night, I tried this for the first time. I put it in the toaster and I bit into the cinnamon. I was like, I've never tasted cinnamon like this before. That makes sense as to why. You do have 2 different options here though. So do you want to bring this home? I loved the raisin. I did the combo. So I got 2 of each.
Yeah.
The combo is super popular. There's 1,200 that remain. If you want all cinnamon raisin, there's 500 that remain.
Yep.
And if you want the cinnamon, there's only 450 now that remain. I will tell you what, I went with the combo. I don't regret it one bit. When we get these at home, they're coming to us fresh.
Fresh.
Do we freeze them then if we're not gonna use them all immediately?
Okay, this is what Scott Baker, 5th generation, recommends, and I highly recommend it as well. When you get these home, you wanna eat them, you wanna freeze them, you got 6 months, and what's great about the bags is you can take out what you need, plop them right into the toaster, or better yet, you can share them because these are perfect to go in a neighbor's mailbox. This is a great little thing to give to say thank you to somebody.
Somebody's new to the neighborhood.
It is a tradition. We're talking about yeast bread here. And look, no 2 slices on these raisins are the same. By the way, these are plump, juicy California raisins all the way through. They are only picking the best ingredients, taking that recipe back 5 generations and still making it the same way. a yeast bread. Why is that special? Well, the bakery smells like heaven, but a yeast bread, it's the texture, it's the crumb, it's the feel, it's the way it toasts up, and the way it holds together also, because aside from just toasting this and slathering it with butter or jam in the morning with a cup of tea, which reminds me so much of growing up, who didn't have a grandma?
Right.
Who made,
right, who made
if I was a grandma, I'd be making cinnamon toast on here. But all the different things that you can do with this as well. It is great. I love this for a tuna fish or chicken salad sandwich. It makes a killer French toast in here.
I can't imagine. I'm so excited to make French toast with this.
So easy to do. You just take those slices, you dip them in a little bit of a batter made with eggs and heavy cream and a little bit of vanilla on there and a hot griddle with a little bit of butter and fruit.
Let me just remind everybody, this is under $30. Like the easy payment on this, we're talking $9.99 for 4 big, generous loaves of bread that are completely different than what you're used to. Here's the proof. If we could actually take a shot of the piece that I have, I just want to show you said how everyone's not created equally and they're all a little bit different.
Works of art.
Do you see that cinnamon vein that I just bit into? Yes, please.
Yes.
Like you just don't find that with other cinnamon bread that is out there. It gets sprinkled
All
in.
right.
This gets drenched in there.
I love it. And take a close look at this one right here. Oh, can you feel it? It is so warm.
And
Do
you know what?
see the color on this, Justin? You know why it's a little bit yellow in tone? Because this is more of a brioche-like bread. So we add extra eggs and milk and a little bit of vanilla in here. So it is super soft, but that vein of cinnamon going all the way through, and then those pieces of that cinnamon streusel, look, it is soft. So good.
If you want the cinnamon on this one, we're talking 400 left. If you want the cinnamon raisin, also only 400 left. That is it. If you want that combo though, super popular right now. Now less than 900 that remain. About 2 minutes ago, there were 1,200. These are going quickly. They're under $30. It's $7.49 for every single loaf that you see here. Your choice is if you want it all in the cinnamon with the raisin, all in the cinnamon, or go with the combo and give yourself and treat yourself to one of each of them. I got these at home. You're not kidding about the smell. When you open up that box, that cinnamon, you are gonna smell it immediately. I actually had it in my car. My car smelled like cinnamon. It was the best, like it was the best drive yesterday.
Yes.
It smelled so, so good. Your easy payment is $9.99 to bring these home for what is the most delectable bread. And that cinnamon, oh, is it good.
It's like a taste of Grandma's kitchen.
It really is.
It really is.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Millie. We so appreciate it. Good to see you in person.
I'll be back later.
Okay, let me show you what I'm wearing, or I'm gonna show you what I'm wearing right now. These are